What if I told you there's a brand new hypercar that makes a Bugatti look almost sensible? A machine so outrageous that it looks less like a car and more like a fighter jet built by aliens. Well, Apollo has just pulled the covers off the production-ready Evo, and it's every bit as insane as everyone hoped. This isn't just another seven-figure hypercar chasing lap records or social media likes. It's a machine built around one simple idea: create the most emotional driving experience possible, no matter how extreme it has to be. And here's the crazy part. While nearly every manufacturer is chasing hybrid systems, electric motors, and complicated software, Apollo has gone in the complete opposite direction. The Evo keeps a naturally aspirated V12, rear-wheel drive, and a raw sequential gearbox. It's old-school engineering wrapped in a body that looks like it came straight out of a science fiction movie. So, let's find out why the Apollo Evo might be one of the wildest cars ever built. The Evo has finally made its official production debut, with the very first customer car revealed at the 2026 Goodwood Festival of Speed. Nicknamed the Caribbean Dragon, it's the first of only 10 examples that Apollo will ever build. That's right, just 10. Every single one is individually handcrafted and personalized for its owner, making this one of the rarest modern hypercars on the planet. And this isn't just a refreshed version of the Intensa Emozione. Apollo has redesigned almost every major component. The company says the Evo represents the next chapter of its philosophy, combining extreme engineering with a completely uncompromising driving experience. Even in a world full of million-euro hypercars, the Evo somehow manages to stand out immediately. Now let's talk about the design. Whether you love it or hate it, you simply can't ignore it. Every surface is covered with vents, fins, blades, tunnels, and aggressive aerodynamic elements. It almost looks impossible that something this dramatic can actually function. But here's what's impressive. Those crazy shapes aren't just for show. Apollo says the body consists of more than 75 individual carbon fiber panels, each carefully designed to improve airflow, cooling, or downforce. Even painting the car reportedly takes around 1,000 hours because every panel is individually finished by hand. That's the sort of craftsmanship you normally expect from a piece of art, not something designed to attack race circuits. The rear is probably the most outrageous angle. Giant aerodynamic channels surround a huge active wing, while a spectacular 3D printed titanium exhaust sits proudly in the middle. Apollo says it is the longest 3D printed titanium exhaust fitted to a production car, and besides looking incredible, it should make the naturally aspirated V12 sound absolutely ferocious. Underneath all that madness sits an all-new carbon fiber monocoque. Apollo claims it's both lighter and significantly stiffer than the chassis used in the Intensa Emozione. That means better handling, more precise steering feedback, and an even stronger platform for the suspension and aerodynamics to do their job. Weight has always been a priority for Apollo, and the Evo continues that obsession. The car tips the scales at around 1,300 kilograms dry, which is astonishing considering how massive its aerodynamic package is. It's proof that Apollo isn't interested in adding luxury or unnecessary gadgets. Every kilogram saved makes the driving experience sharper, faster, and more intense. Now for what might be the best part of the entire car, the engine. While everyone else is adding batteries and electric motors, Apollo stayed loyal to one of the greatest engine layouts ever created. Sitting behind the driver is a Ferrari-derived 6.3-liter naturally aspirated V12 that has been extensively reworked by HWA. It produces 800 horsepower, revs all the way to 8,500 revolutions per minute, and sends every single horsepower exclusively to the rear wheels through a 6-speed sequential gearbox. No hybrid boost, no artificial engine sounds, just pure mechanical theater. That's becoming incredibly rare in today's automotive world. Most manufacturers are chasing emissions targets and electrification, but Apollo believes emotion still matters. The company wanted instant throttle response, spine-tingling noise, and the kind of character that only a high-revving, naturally aspirated V12 can deliver. And honestly, that's exactly what makes the Evo feel so special. It isn't trying to win a technology competition. It's trying to remind drivers why they fell in love with performance cars in the first place. Of course, all that power needs serious performance to back it up. Apollo claims the Evo can sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.7 seconds before continuing to a top speed of around 333 kilometers per hour. Those numbers alone are impressive, but straight-line speed is not really the point of this car. The real story is the aerodynamics. Apollo says the Evo generates around 1,350 kilograms of downforce at speed. Think about that for a second. That is actually more downforce than the car's own dry weight. In theory, with enough speed, it could produce enough aerodynamic force to stick itself upside down inside a perfectly designed tunnel. Whether anyone would actually try that is another question entirely. Massive carbon ceramic brakes, lightweight forged wheels, and Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires complete the package, giving the Evo the stopping power and grip needed to match its outrageous performance. This is not designed to cruise through city traffic. It is built to dominate racetracks. But before we continue, here's the big question. If someone handed you the keys, would you actually drive this thing flat out? Or would you lock it away as a collector's item? Let me know in the comments, because I genuinely can't decide. Step inside, and the philosophy stays exactly the same. The cockpit is completely driver-focused, with lightweight racing seats, exposed carbon fiber almost everywhere, and minimal distractions. Instead of giant touchscreens and endless menus, everything feels purposeful. It is more race car than luxury car, and that is exactly what Apollo wanted. Compared to its rivals, the Evo almost feels like a rebellious statement. The Aston Martin Valkyrie delivers Formula One technology. The Mercedes AMG 1 brings genuine Formula One engineering to the road. Gordon Murray's T50 focuses on lightweight purity, but the Apollo Evo takes a different path altogether. It is less concerned with being the most advanced, and more interested in being the most unforgettable. Even compared to the original Intensa Emozione, the Evo looks more refined mechanically, while somehow appearing even more outrageous visually. It is an evolution in every sense of the word, without abandoning the madness that made Apollo famous in the first place. Of course, there is one enormous catch. Apollo will build only 10 examples worldwide, and prices start at around 3 million euros before taxes and personalization. That means almost nobody watching this video will ever see one in person, let alone drive one. Still, maybe that's exactly the point. Cars like the Apollo Evo aren't built for mass production. They're built to prove what's possible when engineers stop worrying about compromise and simply chase passion. Love it or hate it, there's nothing else quite like the Apollo Evo. It's loud, unapologetic, dramatic, and completely committed to delivering one of the purest driving experiences money can buy. In a world moving rapidly toward electrification and automation, Apollo has created something refreshingly mechanical. If this is what the future of analog hypercars looks like, we're going to miss them even more when they're gone. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because we have plenty more insane automotive content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.